it's Alex and I'm here in my hallway. Why do we always start like that? Strange. Anyway, today I am going to try my hand at welding and fabrication on the P6. I've done a bit without you. I've done some wire brushing and cut some rot out. I've borrowed Graham's welder, very expensive welder, and we've had a little practice on some sheet metal of welding without gas, just because it makes it easier for me, because I could just bring the welder over. I didn't have to lug a big gas bottle around, and it seems to be okay, so I'm going to try not to blow more holes into my P6. Ooh, I better get the fire extinguisher ready. Now, I don't like wearing overalls because it makes it really hard to go to the toilet for me. I can't just poke it out and go. I have to fully take them off, which is a pain. So I don't normally wear overalls, but Graham bought me these because they're nice and thick, so hopefully they'll protect me from burning myself. Right, so it's been raining today, but thankfully I'll be working in the garage, so it doesn't matter for me. Now, the garage is an absolute bomb site. Look at it. I literally threw everything in here the other day because I had to rush off and pick up some panels. But there's the welder. Dun dun dun! Yeah, we've only used it to practice on bits of metal on the bench, so be interesting. It's got the wire with the flux in it or something, so you can weld gassless. It'd be interesting. Well, can we see without moving all my junk out of the way? Oof. So I have drilled out the spot welds for this and just sort of bent it. I didn't want to take the whole thing off. I've cut a triangle out here. There's this piece here I've cut out that's going to need something there. And then the bit I'm going to do first, if you can see, is a square piece there. Could weld from underneath. You probably can't see. You might do. But I think I'm going to weld that piece from inside the boot. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to have a go. Now, I was always taught when you weld a car, you should always disconnect the battery. But then I've been told otherwise, that no, it doesn't matter. You know, even Miggy, who was welding Ramey's yellow car, he doesn't disconnect batteries, and that's on modern cars with ECUs, and he said it's not an issue. So I don't know what's right and what's wrong, but I do know one thing: it's easy just to disconnect the battery on Mr. Jenkins. So just to save any heartache, I'm going to disconnect the battery. I've got this little battery on charge here that I use for an LED light my friend Chris gave me. That's been on charge and it is full. Yay! So we can disconnect that battery behind me. It's good. And then all we have to do is take the earthing cable, wrong side, earthing cable off of Mr. Jenkins. Come on, Jenks, give it to me. Thank you. Oh, means I've got to set the clock. It's alright. It doesn't work anyway. It's a P6. Hello. These panels here, I've just lent there because there's a fuel filler neck up there and it just worries me. So I've been pushing those up with a wet rag over there just to say, go away, fuel fumes. We don't want explosions. Now, first thing you got to do when making a plate is make a template or a template, and yeah, and I'm going to try and make a plate that fits in this hole rather than over it. Some of them I'll probably just go over it, but this I'm going to try and make it nice because it's, you know, part of the inside of the car, and although I'm probably going to have some sort of lining over it, Still nice to make it look nice rather than just a plate slabbed on there. So yeah, if I can get it underneath, I can probably draw around it. Let's have a look. It's a bit big. It's just a game of like trial and error, really, just getting it right. I mean, I'm talking like I'm some kind of expert, and I'm not. So the thing is, this has got to be a little bit longer. And I'll show you why in a minute if you can't see from here. There's an exhaust hanger there, so I've got to be careful underneath. I can't get the cardboard close enough. Oh dear, it's a funny shape, I must say. Okay, Sharpie at the ready. Make a rough incision. See what that looks like. Cut that out. There's going to be little bits of cardboard everywhere. Proper fire hazard. Yeah. I wish it wasn't raining, because it is slightly raining on my back, which is very annoying. How does this look? So I need a bit cutting around there, a bit closer to the mark. That's okay. I think I'm being too finicky with it, but hey ho. I want it to look good. I want to do a good job. As good as I can do anyway. It's probably all going to be completely ruined. Okay, so I think that is going to be a good plate. I'll show you, hang on. I can always trim the metal down. How am I going to get you down there? Excuse me. So, can you see? There's the cardboard I've put in this piece. And that's a nice fit in there. So, and can you see here? This piece here is the sort of back panel, the back valance sort of bolts onto. That's solid. So this plate I'm putting in is going to sit on top of that like it was originally, hopefully. What am I doing? Now I have been all around that repair area with the Dremel and a little wire brush, not wire brush, flappy sand wheel on. So I think there's enough bare metal there for me to weld to, but there's one little bit I couldn't get into, and I think the belt sander will, so I'm just going to get down in there and clean that. Right, I'm in my shed. A bit dodgy, could do with clamping this down, but I haven't got any clamps for some reason. Well, I have, but I don't know where they are. I've put the cardboard template on here and I've drawn around it. Now, safety first, I'm going to cut this plate out of metal, hopefully, if it doesn't fall off the bench. Now I would use the big grinder, but there's no power in the shed, so I'm resorting to battery power. I need to cut this little bit out anyway. There we are. So I need to wire brush the surface rust off of this, as well as probably cut some more off to get it to fit in the hole. Okay, so it turns out I'm not a very good template maker. That piece I did, it was too straight, the panel's quite curved, and because the cardboard flexes, I had just sort of bent the card around and yeah, it didn't work. So slight change of plan, because I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm just playing it by ear. I decided I'm going to do a little bit first, and I'll show you what little bit I'm going to do first. So I've decided, if you can see, let me torch, there you go. Instead of doing one whole panel along here, I'm going to do the little funny triangle bit separate. So I've cut this little panel out and I've stuck it on there with a magnet from underneath. So I'm going to attempt, hopefully this little hole here can be filled with weld, but I'm going to attempt to weld that little piece in there. Well, I'm just going to go for it. I've just had a little practice on a piece of metal. Obviously it's gassless, so it's not going to look as good as gas, I don't think, especially not with me doing it. Yeah, I'm going to try this little tiny plate here and see if we can get it to stick to the car. So, welding mask. Let's put the earth on the car. I'm going to put it down here. There's a big shiny bolt sticking out from an old mud flap fixture. That'll do, hopefully. Welding mask, welding gloves. Earth is on, weld is on, and I think I've got a good enough setting on it. I'm going to snip off that sticking out bit of wire. Right, mind your eyes. I'm going to try and not set fire to my car. I'm a bit nervous, especially with you guys watching. Let's just try a bit. Yeah? Oh god. Yeah, I can't see anything in here. You got some light? That's a bit better. Gosh. I'm so nervous. Why am I doing this? Ooh. I didn't make a hole. Oh. I think I could take the magnet away. It's staying there, that bit of metal. Let me get my magnet out of there. It's a strong magnet. Graham gave me that to use. Okay. It's a good start. It's a good start. Nervous laughter. Oh, I made a hole. Whoa. Splitter spatter. Oh, can I just say, to hand, I have my portable squirty washer, so I can put the fire out. And I've got a fire extinguisher as well, just in case you were wondering. Oh dear, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Let's try down in that hole. going on? Check here. Oh no. Try doing this hole again. Oh god, it's all spitter spatting here, isn't it? Can someone help me? Wow, it's like pigeon poo. Where did that even go? Oh my god, look at the mess I've made. I mean, it's on there. It's not my finest moment. It's not how I envisioned it in my dreams. Maybe I should have bought the gas bottle. Oh wow. I can't even see where that's going. Now how I said about I wanted it to look nice. It doesn't look nice. It's fine. I'm not very good at this. Well, it's safe to say that that looks like absolute shite, but it is solid. It's not going to come out, so I can just use a grinder to tidy that up and put seam seal around it. Whew, okay, it's, you know, this was my last piece here. That was quite a good blob, that. I think I'll improve, so let's go on to the next bit. Well, I've just, ow! I've just popped this panel in, I've trimmed it a bit, so that's sitting in there. There's a bit of a gap, but hopefully we can fill it up with all this poo. And I'm hoping that's clean enough metal there. There's a filler kicking about, but there's a little hole here I need to try and poo up as well. Oh dear, okay. Magnets under there. Under there. Where's country then? Oh dear, here we go, right. Mind your eyes. Go for a line along the top here. I make it sound easy, it's not, is it? Nope, I just blew a hole straight through there. I don't know how. Oh dear. Let's try again. All you people who can weld out there, you're probably turned off by now. Turned off in disgust as to what is going on here. I'm pretty disgusted at what's going on here, to be honest. Come on, you come and do a better job. There's smoke coming from somewhere. I think it's just the hammerite burning off around it. Oh dear. Well, I mean, they're joined. They're joined there. If I put another piece, because we kind of want to get rid of the magnet, don't we? So if I wonder if I can weld it through here. Hang on. Oh, fire! Ooh, pardon me. Hang on, if I get a bit around this corner. Anyway, hold it in place. Notice how I didn't speak at all for that long period of time, because I actually was doing a good job and I didn't want to stop. I'll show you what I've done once I've made sure that my car's not on fire. I think it's just hot. Let's have a check. Are you on fire, Mr. Jenkins? Ow! That bloody channeling. No, we're not on fire. Amazing. Wow! Looks like I actually did a semi-good job down here. Check it out. Look at that. That is not bad. I'm pleased with that outcome. As long as it is actually holding, I'll have to hit it with a hammer to make sure. But that looks good. Operation Bird Poo complete. Yeah. I'm not proud of it, but I've hit it with a hammer and nothing's come off. So that's good. It's on there, okay? We'll grind it, we'll seam sealer it, and you'll never know that it looked like that. This weld's nice, I think. But this all went really shitty. I think it's just because there was lots of shit underneath it, and I was like burning wax oil, and I think it was affecting it. It was getting really hot. Well, on to the next one. I think we'll do this little tiny hole. Right. It's an awkward shape, this. I could have cut it square, couldn't I? We'll do it for a laugh, eh? Why not? Oh dear, why not, eh? Yeah. Tiny. I would cut this out on a bit of metal with some tin snips, but my tin snips are working. I need some new ones. Okay, here we are with our little tiny piece of metal. Let's try and clamp it on with the more grips. That should be enough. Hopefully it's not going to come flying off my face. Actually, you're really in the way there. Can you come around here? Now you can't see anything. You can see some sparks flying, can't you? I can't see anything now, it's dark. Ew, look. Naughty. No gloves. Naughty. onto the pants. I'm rubbish at these templates, aren't I? Absolutely rubbish. That's slotted in there nicely. Yeah, so now we need to keep it there. Where's my magnet? Ah. Okay. It's in. Let's see if we can weld it in. Gloves, gloves, gloves. Okay. Right. Let's try. Well, all I've done is make the hole bigger. It's interesting. I'm wondering if that bit of metal just needs cleaning up a bit. The secret to welding is clean metal. And we don't really have clean metal there, do we? So. Alright, now have a clean bit of metal, will probably work a lot better. Is it hot? Yeah. Get back in there. Okay, stay. Basically. Should take 22. Put some anti-splatter stuff. Graham told me to spray in there now and then. Okay, mind your eyes. Wow, I'm penetrating it. Why is it making holes all of a sudden? It's doing the other bit fine. Just going to turn it down a bit. Oh. Just making a load of holes. Definitely clean metal there. Making a bit of a mess. It's a shame. What's going on? I eventually beat the machine. I had to put the wire speed down. And I think I put that one up, which is power, I think. But yeah, I tweaked it and I managed to get it to weld. I mean, it's lumpy, but it is solid. Oh, it's hot as well. There's a little pinprick hole just in there. I've got to blob a bit more weld in, but all this is sealed and solid. So, yeah, another hole fixed. It's a bit awkward to get the grinder into this little area here, so I'm using my belt sander to tidy up the welds. It's just tidying up the weld, and then it reveals, you know, there's a couple of little pinprick holes. I could weld those, but what I'm going to do is, once it's all ground back, is I'm going to use some seam sealer, and that will seal any of these little nooks and crannies. Yeah, that's ground back as much as I want to go. I don't want to grind it any further back because I'll just end up grinding away all that nice strong metal I've put in. Now a little bit of seam sealer over that and that'll disappear. Can be painted then. So that one's done. This one's done. That little funny bit's done. So we've got this piece here now. Should be able to get that done this evening. And then this can be spot welded back on, and that's that corner repaired. That little bit. Maybe there's more, but we will come to that another time. Right, this is interesting, this piece, because it's got a round shape here, and obviously like a bit of a triangle, and then there's a couple of shapes. So I think what I'm going to do is I've shaped this piece here a bit. I'm going to weld this on. Weld a bit here, weld a bit down there. Then I'm going to hammer this into place, and hopefully that will fit nicely about up to here, and then I'll have to make something for under here, which I'm not sure how to do that yet because it's a funny shape. So I'm just trying now to shape this panel into the car. Mask, welding gloves. I have to remember these things, you see, otherwise I'll be using grinding gloves and grinding glasses and I'll end up blind and burnt. We don't want that. So I can get you watching me try and weld this. Okay. Let's have a go. Do a bit in here. Oh, come on. Yeah, okay. I reckon I hold with the hammer this piece. Now, let's cut that wire. Hold it with the hammer. Good. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Now, How about a little tap with a hammer? That's pulled it in. That has. Alright, let's try this. Not bad. Okay, nice little bit along the bottom there. Oh! Oh! I've got a bit in my shoe. That burnt, didn't it? Oh, I set my foot away. Oops. Me. That's good. The important thing is solid. Absolutely rock solid. That's the important thing. It doesn't matter what it looks like. God knows what it looks like from the inside. I dread to think. We all know you wanted to see what it looked like from the inside. So we have, see here, this is what they call penetration. So the weld has penetrated, that's why it's nice and solid. I could go tits and put loads of weld in here as well, but there's not really much point. Probably just use seam sealer there. I'll show you what I'm up to with this one. This panel I've welded here first. Sort of got it in line here. Welded here, then hit it, welded up here. I know it looks a bit crap, but it's strong. I've hit it again, you see. So I hit there, welded it, hit round this corner, welded it, and I've just hit this bit here. So I'm going to weld up to here, and I'm going to put a few blobs of weld here as well, and we can start hitting that into shape. It's all exciting, isn't it? It's amazing that, you know, I didn't know what I was doing, and now I seem to know what I'm doing, sort of. Looking forward to having a shower. Oh, I just showed Dad a picture of the plates I've been putting in, and he said, well done, some nice welds, proud of you. So, that's the only person that matters, is Dad. If Dad thinks it's good, I'm happy. I'm just finishing off this bendy panel. I've just been hitting it into shape. You can see here, I've just hit it here. So I'm going to weld along there and sort this little hole out. And give this a little bit more of a whack, and hopefully there's just enough space to weld the bottom along there. And yeah, see, it's got the shape now because I've hit it with a hammer. So that's the trick when you've got a dodgy shape like that, is you weld a bit, hit it, weld a bit, hit it, and get it. If you're lucky enough and you cut the right shape, you've got enough to cover the whole thing. It's all luck, not skill. I'm happy now. I've done this little rear quarter. So yeah, it's very blobby in here. I will take the grinder to that and tidy it up. But yeah, it's all solid. You can see these are the panels that are plated from the outside, and there's great penetration from the weld, so they're nice and solid. I've hit them all with a hammer. I put a bit of extra weld at the bottom because I wasn't sure if I'd made good contact on the other side. That's done. This is all as tidy as I can get it. That's going to have a little bit of seam sealer just to get any little pinprick holes. But I still kept this shape for the back wing to sit on. I have tack welded this, well, not very well, but I've tack welded this channel back on, which is nice. Finally, because it was doing my head in, flapping. Yeah, this is as good as I want to get it, really. I'm not even going to bother grinding that, you know. I could grind that down, but there's no point because you're not going to see it. It's going to be behind the wing, and it just takes away a bit of the strength. So I'm just going to leave that. Leave it as it is. Bit of seam sealer just to, you know, protect any pinprick holes, block them up, so we're not going to get rust in there. But I'm just going to leave that. Leave it as it is. I might just tidy up this little bit because I don't know how detrimental it is to the wing fitting, so I don't want it to get caught. So I'll tidy that little bit up there. And then underneath, it looks a bit poo. There's a lot of old wax oil that's been melted whilst I've been welding. So really I need to get in there and give it a bit of a scrape. I'm not going to go too mad. Yeah, I'll get in there and just scrape a bit. And a bit of seam sealer on that weld there as well. There we are. Let's turn that light off. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's it. I've done some welding and made progress. So Mr. Jenkins is coming along. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. The welder seemed to work well without gas. I wasn't frightened. I didn't set myself on fire. I had a bit of hot rock in my shoe, but it's fine. It didn't hurt that much. I quite enjoy the sparks, really. I was quite upset wearing these overalls. I didn't feel anything at all. Anyway, I'm going to pack up now. I might do the grinding, so I'll show you the grinding at the end, but I'll say goodbye now because I'm going to go finish this off and go in for a shower. Thanks for watching. Bye.